all here this morning for this special event. We have a regular meeting at 10 o'clock, but we will postpone that to go on with the awards for the boys and girls state presentation. So I will turn it over to Sir Thomas.
Sir Thomas.
We'll open the meetings as we usually do. Our Legion meetings will start off with the prayer. Please stand. Cover. Let us pray. Almighty God, guide us in the works that we do here today. Protect our troops on deployment. Protect our POWs that still held captive. Strike the shackles that deny them freedom. We pray for our veterans, those that are wounded in hospitals, those that you called to be before you. These veterans are truly America's first and finest citizens, and they're proven it. We now commend them to you, and we ask you prayer again for all of us and our troops that stand in harm's way daily. We ask this in your name, amen. Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our nation. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tom.
Sure, Tom.
Yes. I do want to thank all of you for coming today. Many years this post has sent kids to Boys State, and they've sent a few here and there to Girls State. Well, last year I put on my suit and tie and went out and asked for donations from sponsors, the post, and we sent the 7 young adults behind me. These men and women learn about the government and the runnings of the government in 1 week at the Stonehill College. I sit on the state committee. I represent the Sons of the American Legion, and I have for the past 15 years. This committee, along with other committees that the American Legion runs, we do so much here at this Legion post. We do the Healing Field, Memorial Day. We work with our veteran service officers, take care of our veterans in need. We give, between the Sons, the American Legion, and the American Legion Auxiliary, over $12,000 a year to Cohasset High School and member students. We do a lot for a small post. We do a lot for our community. The American Legion on a national level sponsors many youth programs. American Legion Baseball, which we have a junior team and a varsity team. Junior shooting, oratorical contests, the Mass State Police Training Academy, which the student goes out and does the training of the state police in 1 week. And they learn everything from driving a police car to the writing the parking tickets, writing up reports. They learn it all in 1 week. And this program here, the Boys and Girls State program. They hear from many political people, especially one that's a great guy, Larry DeCara. Larry DeCara was a former City of Boston councilman many years ago. He has a law practice in the City of Boston, and 1 week a year he shuts down and he goes out to be with the Boys and Girls State and brings his political knowledge to the group. Many teachers and many former Boys Staters come back, and Girl Staters come back yearly to assist in running this program. And if you ever want to go out to see it, it is one thing that you should see. And for 1 week, they learn all about the government and the operations of that. I'll now call upon to bring the greetings of the post, Steve Whitmore, our commander.
I don't know what else I can say. Tom said it all. But I just welcome you all coming. This is one of the greatest of all. And like he spoke about the state trooper, the last couple of years we haven't had anyone to go. We had one individual go, and it's tough. It didn't last. It's a tough situation. So if you ever have any of the kids coming up in school that wants to go, just let us know, and we'll find somebody, we'll find the coins to sponsor you. But it's a tough, tough program. So Tom, I'll turn it back to you. And just thank you again for all coming.
President of the American Legion Auxiliary, David Moore.
Good morning. I'm the rose between two thorns. I want to say on behalf of the Student Trooper Program that I had a girl, one of my auxiliary members, go, and she is now an MP in the Air Force, and I'm very proud of her. She is my honorary sergeant in arms, and she is Joe and Jane Hamilton's daughter, Joanna, which was our guest speaker last year. So I'm a little biased by her. This year we had 321 girls go to Girls State. I don't know the numbers on boys because I only take care of the girls' side. Thank you, ladies. And I want to tell you that this year was the highest number that we've ever had in the Girls State program, and this is the highest number that we've ever sent from Cohasset. From what I hear from reporting back from the Girls State, that we had 3 lovely ladies there the entire week. There was no problems at all that they were reported to, and from what they say, their favorite time was the dance. Is that correct? That's what they tell me anyway, but I'm very proud to have all the girls go and the gentlemen as well, and I just want to thank everybody for coming. Thank you very much.
Could I have all the members of the American Legion just put your hands up and wave?
Nice.
Thank you. All members of the American Legion Auxiliary, put your hands up. And all members of the Sons of the American Legion. These are all the workers of this post, and they work very hard to sponsor these programs. And thank you all for all you do here. Thank you. I'd like to recognize a guest in the hall. I'd like to recognize a former Boy Stater of 2009. He's a graduate, 2010 graduate of Cohasset High School. He's graduating from Wentworth today, but he took time to come down. Eric Wishak. Eric, thank you. Eric is in our color guard here at the post. I'd also like to recognize Richie Hines, as commander of the VFW here in town. Richie, thank you. Now I'd like to have Chris Senior, our new town manager, come forward, please. Bring the greetings to the community, and also Diane Kennedy.
This is a fantastic program. Again, another one of the amazing programs that the Legion sponsors. And I really think the person who's going to talk about it best today will be Diane, with a particular special interest in this. And I'm going to just say thank you for being here. Thank everyone for coming. Thank everyone who participated. What an amazing experience. One of these days you'll be standing up here instead of us. And we're looking forward to that day. So thank you.
Yeah, great. Hi, thank you all. I actually don't have prepared remarks, but for those of you who don't know me, I'm on the Board of Selectmen in town, but most importantly today, I'm the mother of one of the girls' staters, Caroline in the middle. Yeah, Tommy and Dee were talking to me early, I think in the winter, about how they'd like to get some girls to go to the Girls' State program, and they were just trying to find some money. And that it just shouldn't even be a question. It's just the kind of thing that the community needs to get behind, and the community clearly did get behind. So a shout out to the Cohasset Democratic Town Committee and the Ed Lappin Scholarship, which funded the girls, and I'll let somebody else talk about the boys. Getting involved in your community, learning about government, whether it's on a local level or a national level, is critical. There's so much to do in every community, good and bad. There's issues of fairness, there's issues about road races and sewers and water and taxes and schools, and it just goes on and on and on. And for people that love to get in and learn about things and figure out how to do trade-offs and, you know, prioritizing, it's just a wonderful calling. And I'm really just tickled that there's so many young people that are interested in this kind of a pursuit. And thank you all, and thank Tommy and Dee and the American Legion for supporting this. The Board of Selectmen have citations. I'm just going to read one, and then I'll just call up each student individually and give it to them. The Cohasset Board of Selectmen is honored to recognize a student for his or her dedication to public service, as evidenced by their participation in American Legion's Boys or Girls State program in June 2014. Boys and Girls State teaches rising high school juniors how government works on both the local and national levels, develops leadership and public speaking skills, and instills an appreciation for citizen participation in government. On behalf of the town of Cohasset, we look forward to your continued engagement in civic affairs, given under our hands and the seal of the town of Cohasset on the 16th day of August of the year 2014. It's signed by myself, Steve Gomer, Martha Yestaby, Karen Quigley, and Kevin McCarthy. So I am just going to hand them out. Kyle McKnight happens to be on the top. So there you go. Congratulations. Oh, it works. How about that? Yeah, see, it didn't work. Oh, you should. I'm ready to go on a game show. I thought this was just perfect. Carolyn Kennedy and Emily Garden.
Representing Garrett Bradley's office, he's on vacation. To give the awards is Bob Sullivan. Bob is the legal counsel for Garrett's office. Bob.
Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. On behalf of State Representative Garrett Bradley, I'm Robert Sullivan. Actually, funny story, Garrett and I actually met at Boise State back in 1987. He went on to the State House, where he's a distinguished state representative, and I'm a lowly city council president up in the city of Brockton. So I don't know who's having more fun. This is like a holiday coming down. I honestly was tickled when Garrett asked me to come here today. Unfortunately, he is on a family vacation. But he wants to, first of all, thank the American Legion for all that you do. He wants to thank all the administration here in the town of Cohasset, and also the residents and the family of these fine young adults who are really the next generation. So on behalf of Garrett Bradley, I'd like to read a citation, and again, I'll leave the names off as well. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts House of Representatives. Be it known, hereby known to all, that the Mass House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to student in recognition of your participation in the American Legion Auxiliary Girls State and/or Boys State, for your commitment to academic excellence, leadership, and respect for American political traditions. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Given this 16th day of August 2014, the Massachusetts State House in Boston on Beacon Street, and it's offered by Robert A. DeLeo, who's the Speaker of the House, and again, your great state representative, Garrett J. Bradley. And also, Garrett, just want to also, on a personal note, thank Emily Curran, who was a great intern in his office. So with that being said, thank you, and God bless you all.
I do have a special person that did want to speak today. This month marks the 70 years of the end of World War II. Lloyd Prescott is a member of this post. He's a former merchant marine during World War II. And Lloyd, I'd like to just bring you up to say a few words.
Been a resident of Cohasset and now just across the border for over 50 years. I had 4 daughters, all graduated from the Cohasset school system. all went on for college education, all because of a good basic school system that you have here. You should be proud of it. It's taken me a long way to get here. The other day I was at the Harvest Farmers Market, and most of the people there, I knew it when they played on the street in Old Pasture Road. And so it was a great day to be there. I want to congratulate, I've never seen as many parents and the grasping of families as you have here. Thank you for allowing me to spout off, and God bless you all.
The Democratic Town Committee Edward Lappin Education Fund was established this past year to provide an opportunity for Cohasset High School students in a variety of government programs. This fund sponsored all the girls to the Girls State program this year. Mr. Lappin served his lovely Cohasset in the town that he loved so much in many activities. Mr. Lappin was also a very active member on the advisory board. I really want to thank the sponsors that helped us out this year to make sure that all these young adults went to this program. And I'd like to call up Maggie Charles to present her with the 2 citations, one for the Democratic Town Committee and one for the Edward Lappin Fund.
I want to defer to the lady because she is the sponsor of the girls, and she wasn't here when I first came, so Lily, please make your comments, because it's her scholarship and her money.
I just want to say that Eddie Lappin, my husband, my past husband, his father was a vet. He served in World War II, and so did both of my uncles. And he gave a lot to this town, Eddie. And I hope all of you, boys as well as girls, remember that local giving to your town is wicked important. And Eddie just loved Cohasset, and I think it's really important to honor him by giving back in any way you can, wherever you live. And also to honor the people who serve this country. And that's basically all I want to say, so take care.
I will read the citation. This certifies and grateful appreciation is presented to the Democratic Town Committee and the Edward Lappin Education Fund in recognition and sincere appreciation of outstanding service and assistance which contributes on the advancement of the American Legion auxiliary programs, and it's signed by their Secretary Brenda Douglas and President Deirdre Wiegel. The next sponsor, this organization does so much in the community, and they were always there when you need assistance. They were always there to help cases like this. I'd like to bring up Ken Roth. He's the president of the Cohasset Rotary Club.
Thank you. This has been a great year for us to partner with groups like the American Legion and the Auxiliary. So we really enjoyed doing this year, and we hope to support you again next year. And just to let you know, we have 2 other members here, Mr. Senior and Diane Kennedy. So
New Rotarians. New Rotarians.
Right, yes. So we're well represented. Thank you again.
This next gentleman, I was in the town clerk's office one day, and he thanked me about sending his son to Boys State many years ago. And he threw $300 on the counter and said, send the boy, put me to a sponsorship. And I don't know if he's here, but Martin Corey, is he in the room? We'll make sure he gets this. Thank you. Okay, now we will do the awards. Is your son or daughter's called? I'd like to have the parents come up here as well. Okay, we'll start off with the girl. Christine Guy.
I just wanted to really I'm so grateful for everything that this town has done. I like to participate in a lot of different things. And I know with the Rotary, I went to the Rotary Youth Leadership Camp, and I've done a lot in this town. It gives so much to the youth, and it's amazing. You know, being at Girls State, you talk with other people and how other towns struggle to get money to send people to Girls State or to Boys State, and to be able to send 7 kids is amazing. And I know they put a lot of time and effort in, and this town gives back so much. And I'm so grateful for everything that they've done. And I had an awesome time and learned a lot.
I always like getting put on the spot. Would have been nice if you gave me advance. I think that's one of the things and one of the reasons we came and moved here, was a lot of what is going on here today. And all that see my children over the years have participated in a lot of things, whether it be through the church, through the Legion, through the town. So I can't thank them enough, obviously, because they're with a great group of kids that go with them. And I think that's the key to kids being successful, is who you associate yourself with. So thank you very much.
This is a citation. I'll read the citation. Certificate of appreciation presented to Christine Guiney for the participation and support of the American Legion Auxiliary Girls State Citizenship Training Program, sponsored by the George H. Milling Post Unit Number 118, and signed by me as the chairman, and Deirdre Wigmore as the unit president. Thank you. Curtis Golden.
Girls.
I'm doing one.
I'd like to point out that had I not gone on this trip, I wouldn't be able to make this speech. From the municipal meetings, we just talked with each other, and then just hearing the amazing speakers, including Larry DeCara. He every day would just go on for almost an hour, giving an amazing speech, teaching us a ton. Secondly, I'd like to thank the Legion for sending me on this. It was a wonderful experience. I learned a lot. I'm gonna go through some of the stuff I learned. I learned the entire structure of the parties. We were, for those who don't know, we're split into 2 parties, and from there we elected our officials, and then in the end we came together as 2 parties and elected our senators, who will go on. And then one of the things that wasn't like the major thing, but was the electives. You could choose from 3: econ, history, and law. I chose to kind of skip from one to another each day. In econ, they had reps from Wall Street come in and teach us about all that stuff. It was just amazing to hear from people who are currently working in that, especially because that's one of the things I really want to go into when I grow up. Then history, Larry DeCara, he would go through classes he taught to college students, and I learned a ton. Even though I had just gone through U.S. history, there was more and more to learn about U.S. past. And then law, there were law firm directors who came in and taught us about amendments each day. My one regret was I wasn't able to get there the first day because I had my brother's graduation, my lacrosse state championship. So I didn't get to run for any of the high offices, which looking back on it each day, I was like, oh, I wish I could have done that because it was fun to watch the kids go up there and give their speeches varying from just pure humor to actual political issues. And I couldn't, there was this cool thing, which was the whole judicial system. In the first day, you took the bar if you wanted, where if you did well enough, you could become a judge or a lawyer.
Right.
And so if you were to lose like you had a card, and if you were to lose that, they would find you lost that, you would have to go before the court, or if you were late to a meal, you would have to go before the court, and they would choose your punishment, which I thought was really cool. It was just like a smaller version of our judicial system. Lastly, I made a lot of friends. I got closer with a bunch of the boys. I knew them in school, but we, like, at times in the day when we had our free time, we would walk around and just talk about what we've learned and like what we plan on doing. Like Hayes told me how he was running for office and all that stuff. And once again, would like to thank you.
I think Curtis said it all.
Caroline Kennedy.
So I was not aware that I was going to make a speech, but one thing about Girls State is that I learned to improvise and I got a lot better at public speaking, so I'm not too freaked out right now. So Girls State was so amazing, and one thing I know, this has been brought up by Curtis, but I've become so close to new friends, and like everyone got put in different towns, and the town I was put in, the town of Liberty, we were really tight-knit, and like it was just so great to meet friends who were enthusiastic about politics and history and different issues, and who I could debate with. It was like great. Because it's nice to know how many other kids have this kind of passion inside of them, and it's really inspiring. So it's just amazing to be part of this whole thing.
Caroline has a mother who never met her microphone she didn't like. But one thing I just want to add is that when we were going down to Girls State, Caroline said, I really hope I'm in the town of Justice, because the towns had different names and we had gotten the advanced material. And then she texted me after she got there and she said, well, I'm in the town of Liberty. And I said, well, you can't have justice without liberty. So,
Christian Cunningham.
Hello everyone, I want to first off say that when I went into this, I really didn't have much of an idea what the program was. I've known Tommy for a few years now, and I've always been talking to him about, he's always been mentioning the program at Boys State and how, my part in the community and everything, how I, should look into going. So last year, after speaking with my assistant principal, who was a past Boys State member, and last year's Boys State members, including Derek Benson, they told me how great the program was, so I kept talking with Tommy, and he signed me up. When I first got there, I was a little bit, I didn't really know what to expect. We got put in our own towns and split up, and at first it was, I wasn't with the guys behind me, so you had to meet 400 other kids, which was hard at first, but the camaraderie around our town was so was great, and met a lot of great people. We got to practiced public speaking. They kept, drilling into us how important involvement with your community is and staying involved with politics and everything like that. We also got to practice our leadership skills, got a ton of experts that came and talked to us, and it was a great experience. So I want to thank all the sponsors that sent me, and a special shout out to Tom Wigmore for all his support and dedication to the program. He came out, I believe it was 3 days, and he brought me a toothbrush as well.
I'd like to thank the Legion for sponsoring Christian. He had a life-altering experience, and hopefully we keep this going in the future.
Emily Curran.
I would first like to start out by saying a big thank you to my sponsors, the American Legion Women's Auxiliary, the Sons of the American Legion, along with Tom and Dee Wigmore, and those made it possible through the scholarship for introducing me to the program of Girls State. Going into the experience, I had my reservations about being with girls that I thought would turn out to be very similar and uniform to each other. However, as the week wore on, I saw Girls State for what it truly is, a place where girls with ideas and strong opinions can flourish. We are encouraged to scream, to sing, to chant, to be heard as we walked from class to class and anywhere else that we went. A night when we stayed up until 11:30 debating general education ideas. It was one of the best moments. Through this, I was able to gain a different perspective, one that I might not have had if I didn't participate in Girls State. Furthermore, during the week, lasting friendships were able to be fostered. Through one of these friendships, I was able to live vicariously through a girl who attended Girls Nation. From her experiences, I was able to see the nationwide impact that Girls State has on the country as a whole versus just the individual state. I will treasure my memories of Girls State always and hope to use this knowledge to make a lasting impact on my community and others. I would encourage future candidates who are interested in public policy issues to take part in this exceptional program. Thank you again to all those who supported me as I went through this experience.
On behalf of myself and my wife, I'd just like to thank the foundation for especially sponsoring the girls. They sometimes seem to get a fun deal on opportunities. Boys, and we first dibs, but they really pushed to send the girls this year and greatly appreciate it. And she did have a fantastic time, and I think it did a world of good. Thank you.
Kyle McKnight.
I'd like to start by thanking the American Legion of Cohasset, especially because I don't live in Cohasset, I live in Boston, so I thought that was especially special for them to allow me to go to Boys State with the rest of the boys. When I arrived at Stonehill College, I really didn't know what to expect, and I had many questions running through my mind, but as the week progressed, I met a lot more people, and they turned out to be really similar to me, and I really enjoyed that. And I also became more comfortable trying new things, such as a college bowl, which was basically like Trivia Pursuit, and that allowed me to bond a lot more closer with all the other boys. Additionally, I learned many things, such as the amount of hard work that's required to manage a town, and how important it is that everybody plays their own individual role in making sure that town is successful. And as I left Boys State, I understood the importance of being an active member in my community, and also how important it is to keep up to date with current events. And I'd like to once again thank Mr. Wigmore and the American Legion for letting me attend such a wonderful experience.
I just want to thank the enjoyed his time there. And I just think it's a great thing for the kids to get involved. Thank you.
When you sit on the committee, you get updates every day of what's going on with the boys and the girls now. It comes to me by phone. And, I do get roped into chaperoning the dance once in a while. That's why I'm a little tired that next morning, around 1 o'clock. But the kids really have a great time at the inaugural ceremonies and the dance, and it's just a great program. And I got an email that one of our guys ran for Boys Nation Senator, and he ran 2 or 3 times, and he got beat out. But you know, but that's not a bad thing. That just shows you're stepping up and you're playing in a big field of people. And I had a kid here that we sent many years ago. I'm going to be the governor of Boise State. I said, "Oh, you are? I'll be out there." I had posters made up, and he said, "Geez, lucky they made me the selectman." No offense. But it just goes to show you, it's quite, once you pass the Hingham Rotary, it's a whole big world out there. And he did one heck of a job, and I got the emails were really positive. He ran a great campaign, and I'd just like to bring him up, Hayes Keneally.
Good morning. So, yeah, Boise State was a very positive experience. It was really great getting to know these guys. We shared class time together, but we didn't really wake up together, go to the same dining hall together, have activities together. It was very surface level. So, Boise State was interesting. It was very different. It wasn't like, I'm a counselor at a summer camp, but it was summer camp-esque, but not exactly. It was truly an educational experience. The difficulty of office running and public speaking were very apparent. I ran, like Tommy said, I ran for U.S. Senator. I figured, just go for gold, right? And so the first time I just stood up in front of a crowd like this. I didn't have a microphone. I just kind of went off the top of my head and went well, right? So I was like, oh, I can do that. This is easy, and I went up in front of a much bigger crowd. My full name is Elliot Hayes Keneally, right? So I was saying, oh, hey, I'm Elliot, Hayes Keneally. And then at the end, I had my buddy's phone, and I played Jimi Hendrix into the mic and said, "Vote for Purple Haze," right? Because you have the names like vote for Dirty Dan, like that's this, oh, Dirty Dan, like Dan DeVito, you know what I mean? So, so then on the ballot it said Elliot Keneally.
Oh.
And that was the end of that. So since I couldn't make it to the top, I decided that, let's put 100% effort into the town management. I was the auditor, so I was doing the calculations for the town budget, and that was pretty good. That was fun. It was different because the whole town aspect is working together. It isn't about one big shot that's just gonna, tell you where to go and what to do. It's, it was a lot of sitting down and talking and number crunching, and it was mind-numbing. There are times where you put your head down and they'd still be talking about, they gave you the predetermined activities. Like there was one about like homeless people living in the woods, and the people didn't like them there at night. It kind of sounds like Cohasset with people just calling the police for whatever reason they can. Wrap it up here. All right.
Thank you very much.
So I took the time to walk around and shake shake the veterans' hands, ask them about their service and where they went to college. They were all very good people. Some drafted, some enlisted. Some of them, especially a lot of them were Vietnam veterans. Some of them didn't even, get shipped to Vietnam. It was simply being stationed in California or elsewhere. The politics of government and Larry, what's his name? Larry Dakar. He likes to talk. He's a great guy, and he says a lot of good stuff. I was front row in his classes sometimes with Christian and Curdy and Kyle, all these guys. We spent all our time together. And he said a lot. There was a lot of recap from U.S. history. A lot of smart people there, a lot of very experienced people, and myself included. I learned more about myself there. Working with people, where I fit in groups, what my role is, and how I can make myself a better person. So I want to thank the American Legion, and I certainly want to thank Tom Wigmore. Thank you.
So I think Hayes really covered it, but thank you for having him. And it was a growth experience for him, and it's very important to learn how to give back to your community and the structure of the government so you can play an active role. So thanks again for the Boys and Girls Guide to Boys State. I didn't know about the program prior to this year, and I think it's a great program.
The 2014 Boys and Girls State graduates.